Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob here at Smirking Gun Reviews. It's Sunday night, it's just got over with. It's time to talk about Watchmen Season 1, Episode 5. It's called Little Fear of Lightning. I had to skip some of this because there's nudity here at the beginning. And I didn't want to get all sorts in trouble for that. So full spoilers if you haven't seen this episode. So this is Wade's big episode, but it's also a big episode in general. Because we get a lot of information here. Some still confusing because I'm still not quite sure what Judd's role was in this. But I mean, it's starting to look a little more. It's probably clear, and I need to watch it again. But we get Hoboken in '85, and I got to talk about this just for the general sake that Wade's a Jehovah's Witness, or was. And I am in no way, shape, or form an advocate for the Jehovah's Witnesses. Why? Because I was raised one for 19 years, and I don't have a problem with anything on this show. But I have to at least call them out on this. I do have to call this show out on this. Witnesses don't come on buses like that. They don't have some guy telling them, hey, this is the end of the world time. Even if this was true, even if this event like an apocalypse was going to happen, I can tell you right now without the shadow of a doubt that the Jehovah's Witnesses would not be going down to Hoboken or wherever on buses to share the Watchtower and Awake with people at all. That's not how it works at the end times, okay? If the end times were to come, they wouldn't be down there telling the sinners. That's another thing. They don't talk like that, almost like we. That's not how they talk. That may be how they talk in private, but they would never say that out loud to anyone. They would never directly call some random person a sinner. Okay? They do say that kind of stuff behind your back. Trust me, they do. The Jehovah's Witnesses call you guys sinners behind your back. And they also don't think that this is how the end times would come. That's why they wouldn't be here. They believe that God steps in at the end. And that God causes Armageddon. This isn't, they don't believe in their, governmental nuclear war. If they were to do that, they believe God would step in with his own Armageddon. Okay, that's what they believe is coming, is an Armageddon against the world and the way it's run and all this. Okay? So even though they didn't know that there was going to be this big old squid freak out thing, if it was doomsday, they would, and it was coming from governments, they wouldn't be down there telling you it's doomsday. They'd be down there telling you that before this happens, God is going to smite everybody. Like all the world is going to be judged by God, and then there's going to be an Armageddon before anybody could start a nuclear war. Okay? 19 years of this stuff, I know what I'm talking about. I was raised by like a very high up person in the church. Believe me, there's a reason. That's one of the reasons why I got the hell out of it. Okay, because it's crazy. So I just have to call the episode out on this. You should have just picked any old random thing, but as soon as I saw the Watchtower, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to tell the truth about this, because that's what the guy's like. You ready to hear the truth? You ready to hear the truth? Because they do talk about the truth, like what's the truth, okay? But this wasn't their truth, okay? So let's just be a little bit specific on that. So Damon Lindelof or whoever wrote this, that part is off, okay? And it's fictionalized and whatever, but it's not accurate to what the Jehovah's Witnesses believe or how they would handle things. I don't know. Since I'm an ex-witness, I can talk about this. I don't know I don't know of any witnesses that would be watching this show. They're not supposed to, because this would be naughty. This is a naughty show, okay? They're not allowed to watch this kind of thing. So any witnesses that talk to you about this and try to say it, they're being naughty. Shame, shame, witnesses that watch this. Anyway, I say watch whatever you want, whatever you want. That's my religion. Anyway, so we see for all the Watchmen, purists out there, you got your giant squid moment. The scene that wasn't in the movie, you got the crazy giant squid moment. Now, I would have thought everybody just be vaporized because that's what it looked like happened in the book. Was just, but whatever. So glasses everywhere. And I did like this opening scene, by the way, where the girl lures him in there and the glass everywhere, and that's where he got his name. And now he's got this severe PTSD where he's got the alarms in his house. He's got the interdimensional alarms and security. That's why he wears the stuff to protect himself from psychic blasts. It's just a new version of wearing the aluminum foil tin hat. Just an expensive one. So he's really messed up. He's does not want to get like a surprise attack from anybody again. That's why he's really curious about the squid rain and all this stuff. And this pretty much, and with the way he talks about sinners and stuff, he is this show's Rorschach. And Tim Blake Nelson is a really great actor, by the way. He's really good in this role because he takes himself very seriously. And even the focus groups I like that beginning where they got the ad for Come Back to New York, and they even throw in Michael Imperioli from The Sopranos in there, making a "We like our calamari," like with lemon or some shit. So that was a nice touch. But I like that he says, like, look, man, people in Oklahoma, like, they may have said they like this commercial, but they ain't moving on to New York. They might be moving on, but they ain't moving on to New York. And I suspect the calamari didn't help. Great. So we jump to Lori talking about if they find the church, they find the cavalry. And she doesn't care about the regulations. And this is, like I said, this is Wade's episode. So, he gets irritated when she can't even call him by his name. Because she's doing like a background check on him. Like asking him things. Like, because she's, FBI. She's got to run checks on all these people. Because, anybody, like if Judd was inside all this stuff, then maybe other people are too. And with her background in, vigilanteism herself, And then she pulls a Columbo on, like, where he's about to leave and says, "Oh, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, could you come back here for a second there, sir? One last thing for you, before you leave." That was my Columbo. Never done one before. It's pretty awful. She knows about the pills because she has this cactus bugged. And, but he won't give it up. It's a personal thing, and he leaves. I like the alarm that won't stop. Rips it off the wall, calls the police. Pays whatever amount to get it done. Shows his deep commitment and how much that event affected him. I mean, seriously, he's like the only one who lived there. I don't know how he missed it, especially with all the glass shattering. You would have thought that would have just cut him the fuck up. PTSD like a mofo. Yeah. The Forever Pet. Forever Pet's cool. But if you get your order wrong, I'm pretty sure they put that poor dog in a little incinerator. So calmly about it. Like it's nothing. Like, "Oh, you want a dog? No? Okay, well, poof." You don't hear nothing. You just hear that green dot and that poor little labradoodle or whatever the hell it was is. So you find out that the pills are nostalgia, which are memories in pill form. So if anybody who takes them, they're specific to that person. You're not supposed to take them. So foreshadowing. So that's interesting. I mean, some of the tech in this world is pretty cool, man. We find out that there's like a New York support group, and that Wade works though for focus groups and knows when people are lying. And we meet this girl who's been in just about everything from Lost to Ray Donovan, Deadwood. The actress's name, I forget it right now. I'm usually really good with these kind of names without having to look them up. But she's, talking to him. They're having a moment, She brings up this movie called Pale Horse by... Alright, so we had another technical glitch and the whole computer crashed. So we're going to jump back in and hopefully where I left off, where it started getting crazy. So the girl mentions this movie called Pale Horse that's directed by Steven Spielberg. Basically, it's like Schindler's List replacement. They talk about the girl in the red coat that's walking through the dead bodies. So I imagine there's going to be a few people that are irritated that in this fictional world, Schindler's List, the movie about the absolute decimation of the Jewish people by the Nazis, wasn't made because Adrian Veidt made a hoax on everybody, and so hopefully, yeah, that's I can see some people getting mad at that. So this girl, she runs with the 7th Cavalry, and the 7th Cavalry, but it's like there's like two different kinds of 7th Cavalry apparently. There's like the racists, and then there's these people. And it seems like this Senator Keene, he's one of them. And he has the truth. They've also got a teleporter. And they're planning something big. And they want Wade to be able to be a part of it. And they want him to give up Angela Abar for the truth. Again, it's funny that the truth keeps getting brought up here when he, was talking about how he was part of the truth as a Jehovah's Witness earlier in the episode. So, crazy. So, a lot of stuff happens all of a sudden. They lured him there. This was all to bring him there, and they knew who he was because Keene knows who he was. So he watches the tape, where we get to see Adrian Veidt, played by Jeremy Irons, tell President Robert Redford from the past what he did, and that he knew that he was going to be president, that he orchestrated this whole thing, and it's time to start making the utopia. And that I know you'll have some, questions for me. And so we get to Adrian Veidt, who's got his helmet on, and he fires himself, well, his assistants fire him into the sky. And this is where I get to say, I knew it. I knew it. Space. Looks like he's on like the moon, one of the moons of Jupiter or something like that. So he has been on a prison, probably by Dr. Manhattan, put him there for safekeeping, like as like a reward, like I said, like reward slash punishment for killing all those people. But then why didn't he bring Rorschach back? That was the one thing that I understood. Is like, why did he have to kill Rorschach? If he didn't kill Adrian Veidt, why didn't he just put Rorschach there? You know what I mean? Why did he have to kill him? But that's for Alan Moore to decide, and not the show. So the show didn't do it. So he's in space, and he puts all the corpses of all his loyal assistants together to make a sign that says "Save me." And then they pull him back, and he is arrested by the warden of this place, who's not anybody I've ever seen. And he gets like clocked in the face and says, okay, no mercy, then so be it. And Wade comes back to the police station, tells Angela what the pills are, and allows her to screw herself over by admitting what she did because Wade says, I want to help. And so she's arrested, and in the midst of being arrested, she takes a whole shitload of those pills and gets hauled away. Meanwhile, Wade gets to go home as a hero to the FBI for solving this and for implicating her. Angela knowingly let her grandfather go, who says he killed Judd. And then Wade proceeds to throw away and then take his emergency system back out of the garbage just as the 7th Cavalry arrive to, I believe, kill him. Now, it doesn't... He did what he wanted. So is this the racist 7th Cavalry? Or are they just coming to kill him just to tie up loose ends? Because they don't want him to tell anybody what he knows. And that this was all just a trick to get Angela to shut up. And again, kind of like Rorschach, kind of the big dupe in the whole thing. Get the guy who had all this trauma happen to him and believes he's doing the right thing, and get him to give it all up. But it cuts away before we see him get killed or anything. So let's see what happens next episode, because that has to deal with Angela's after she takes the pills and starts having a mental freak out. So pretty good episode. And like I said, other than the inaccuracies of Jehovah's Witness culture, this show was pretty on point for me. And so if you like this review, and I'm ending it now before any more technical glitches happen, hit the like button. We are 7 subscribers away from 1,000, so if you're enjoying the content despite the glitches, join the fun here at Smirking Gun Reviews. We've got pretty much something for everybody. So this is Rob saying we'll see you next week with episode 6. Tomorrow we've got His Dark Materials plus Batman the Animated Series. Tuesdays is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Wednesdays Doom Patrol. Thursdays is Crime Story from 1986. Fridays is The Leftovers and The Mandalorian. Saturday is Doctor Who. Where we're going to do the Christmas episode after Season 8 was over. So anyway, have a great night. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.